Hey friends, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Christine and my friends have given us such a gift. They gave us roughly 10 pounds of volunteer tomatoes. They are Roma's, juicy sweet, and normally good for making paste, etc. But I have enough tomato paste, I have enough tomato sauce, I have enough salsa, so I am going to be making some tomato soup. So I cannot wait to show you this fun recipe and what I yield from all of these wonderful tomatoes. So I just thought I'd bring you with, so come on with. So first things first, I literally got these from our friends from their garden. And like I said before, believe it or not, these were all volunteers. So I am going to be rinsing them off. Kind of only want to touch them once or twice, you know, just so to cut down on time. So I'm going to rinse them off and I'm going to core them with my little corer. I don't know if you've ever seen those, they're fantastic. And then I just have my knife out for any bad spots if there are any. And then we put the core, etc. in this, give it a good chop, put it in here, and then it's gonna go in my stock pot to cook. So that's what I'm gonna be doing for probably a little bit here, just because there are so many, but I'm just so thankful. Our friends, they're just the sweetest. And so I have not bought tomatoes in quite a while, and I'm really thankful for that. But I just thought I'd turn it into something really fun and unique. My husband and I both love tomato soup, so we're gonna give it a go. Okay, so the first batch is done in here, and I am just going to pulverize it like crazy in my Vitamix. And I'm just gonna do it as I go, and then add it to my stock pot. And then once I have all the tomatoes done, then I'll mix in all the goodies. And so that's what I'm doing. And I will stop back once I have all of this done. So it pretty much is just pure liquid, and that's what I wanted. I did keep seeds and skins and everything. That's kind of how we like our soups. So I will move on to the next batch here. Okay, I'm down to the last batch here, and I'm just adding it to my stock pot. Making a nice big batch. All of that took a little bit of time, obviously. And so this is filled up to about here. And so my next step is I'm going to add my ingredients. So let me get ready for that. Okay, I think I've got everything ready. So I am going to add actually just one little mini can of actual tomato paste. And this was roughly about 10 pounds of tomatoes, and that I pureed in my Vitamix on level 3 for about total time, I think was like a full minute, and it got to the consistency that I like. I mean, it's kind of, you know, the little bit thicker of soup. You think of tomato soup and you think of maybe dipping a grilled cheese in it or what have you. That's the kind of soup. It's not like the condensed type that you see, you know, from Campbell's or what have you. So I'm getting that in there, and we're going to pop that on the stove shortly. And then I did cut up my onions from my garden. Those were Walla Walla onions. And then I did mince up the 2 cloves of garlic as well. So those are going right in. And this is the recipe that we like. You can always make it stronger if you want to use more onions, more garlic. I think the 2 cloves of garlic serve their purpose really well in this size of load. It calls for, let's see, half a teaspoon of pepper. And I like to do maybe heaping on that. There's my pepper, and then my salt is 1 full teaspoon. And this is my Redmond salt. I'm gonna do a little heaping teaspoon of salt as well. Then a 1/4 cup of sugar, just to kind of offset. And you can You can not add that if you want. I just prefer the taste of it. So a 1/4 cup of sugar, and then we're down to the dry ingredients, and then I'll add the other wet one at the end. So my own oregano that I grew out in my herb garden this year, and we love the different flavors, so I'm gonna do a full tablespoon. It turned out so good. I believe this is the stuff I only dried on my table. It took quite a while, but you know, if you're not sitting at your dining room table unless company's over, I just use that to dry out some of my herbs. So 1 full tablespoon of oregano, and then also my own thyme from my garden, another tablespoon. I'll do a heaping, and it just smells so good. And then my own basil as well. Another tablespoon of that, actually a little bit more. So the other one I did not grow, obviously, is the paprika. And I'm not sure I can fit that in there. So it is gonna be 1 tablespoon. This is a 1/2 tablespoon. So I'm just gonna do 2 of these. So there's 1 and 2. And then the last little ingredient is my lemon juice, kind of to offset things, and that's just going to be 1 full tablespoon as well. So let's get this on the stove and get it simmering and all meshing together, and then we'll get it all canned up. So we're just going to get it on a medium heat and get this all incorporated together. And once it comes up to a simmer, we're going to simmer it for 30 minutes. And then meanwhile, I'll be getting my canning jars ready, and we will be doing some pressure canning. And I'm excited because this actually made so much. And then I'm going to make those 1.5 pint jars, those kind of tall, skinny ones that look like water glasses. And yeah, look at it. It looks so good. All right, I'm gonna let this do its thing, and I'll bring you back once it starts simmering. Okay, it's been officially simmering for about 25 minutes or so. And I just wanted to show you, there's a little bit of scum bum up on the top, and all I do is I actually just kind of take it and I just kind of scrape it off the best I can, a little bit of foam, and then that way it doesn't go into your jars. I'm trying not to take my onions with. And that's just kind of what happens with tomatoes. They do foam up. But I did a little bit of test tasting, and I did end up adding just a tish more salt, and that is obviously to taste, so it's whatever you like. Yeah, it's looking so good. My husband just got home. I'm gonna have him give it a test taste and see if I need anything else. Otherwise, it's looking great. I've got my jars up, so I will let this finish simmering, and then we'll get to the canning part. Okay, so I have my unit on, and we are going to be pressure canning. So we've got it pressure can, and I've got just my directions out. I just kind of try to do it, you know, fail proof to make sure that I've got everything out. So I'm going to click the button, pressure can, and I'm actually going to pressure can for 20 minutes. So I'm going to hit enter. And then so insert jars. So I did put the jars in already, and I kind of filled them up with a little bit of water so they stay. So next thing is, let's see if I can do this. There we go. So you just line it up here. So install, remove, and then you lock it. And then you put this down and turn it. And then I'm gonna hit enter. And now they're warming up. So I do have the soup ready to go. Just kind of getting my staging area ready. And so as soon as I'm ready to pull those out, we'll go on to the next step. Okay, we just graduated to fill jars. So I am just going to unlock this. And I always kind of open it away. And you see that they're ready to get filled up. So let's move over and get them filled. Okay. So I literally am just taking the soup and I'm putting them into the jar. And like I said, this is the 1.5 pints. I just thought those would be kind of a nice size. Then it's like good enough for 2 people, right? For maybe a couple times. And I'm gonna fill these up to about 1 inch of head space. Kind of right up to that rim. And then just move on. And just kind of the normal protocol for canning. So you, after you're done filling up your jars, you wipe the rims down, and then you put, and then you kind of bubble pop it. This is, you know, soup, so it's not real, I don't know, it's not real thick where you need to bubble pop it, but I'll run my little chopstick through it anyways. And then, like I said, and then wipe the rims, check to make sure there's no cuts or anything, and then get your lids on finger tight. You put the lids on first and then the rims. That's pretty good, etc. So I'm gonna get this finished up and we'll get them back in the canner. Okay, so we have them all filled, the ones that will fit in my machine. So I'm just taking my little chopstick. Like I said, it's soup, so it's not anything that's chunky, but you never know. So I'm just erring on the side of caution. Like I said, I filled it to roughly inch, half inch-ish to the top. And I had let it simmer for 30 minutes. And then let's get the rims wiped. And this is the time that you're checking for any bumps or, I must have just dripped that in there. Anything that's wrong with the lid, like if there's any chunks out of it, etc. So let's get the other lids on and get them back in the canner. Okay, last one. And these jars are actually very hot to touch. So I'm gonna get my hot pad on and we are going to get these back in the canner. Okay, there we go. We've got all 7 in. And then we are just going to see what the next steps are. Let me go grab my lid. So we're installing the lid, turning it to locked, putting the pressure thing down, and securing it. So now let's get in close and I'll show you what the next step is. Okay, so we were at filled jars, so I have them in, and actually we have the weight off right now, and I have it set for the 20 minutes, so I just filled the jars, hitting next, and then heat. It pretty much just does its own thing. So right now we are at step number 4, and then once the proper temperature is reached, vent will come on, and then that's when I put the little venting thing on. So that's the step that we're at, just a few more. And then I'm gonna get my other jars ready to go because I'm gonna run one more cycle after that and I'll be done. It's exciting. It says put regulator on, setting it up there, and okay. And then I'm going to hit enter, and there's my 20 minutes. So this will eventually pop up because I put this on, and that means it is canning. So it is not officially canning yet because it's not quite up to pressure. So once that is up, it will be officially canning here. So it'll happen shortly. Okay, so it just switched to canning mode. So now the timer will count down. So we'll see you. This is still up, this is still on, and that's what it's looking like. So we'll see you in 20 minutes for the cool down. Okay, we are officially on the cooling phase. This is still popped up, so you pretty much just have to wait until that goes down, and you can hear the rumbling and bubbling inside. So that's the next step. We're on the cooling phase, and then we will pull them out. Okay, everything is cooled down, so I'm ready to open this up. This little notch right here is officially down, so you can open it. And I'm turning it. Oh, I gotta pull that back. I'm turning it. And I'm going to get these out of here. Okay, and they are just boiling. It's beautiful when it's like boiling. Look at it. It's so pretty. I do say so myself. Okay, now on to the next 7 jars, and I'm just going to get this cycle going again and I'll be done for the night. Okay friends, I yielded 13 pint-and-a-half jars, which I'm super happy with. I love this size. This is definitely, so these are cooled. I did finish it up last night, but it turned out so great. It's got all of my seasonings, and some people might question whether or not I strain it. I don't strain it. I don't take off the skins. I don't do any of that. My Vitamix just pulverizes it into the soup. We tasted some of it, my husband and I, he loved it. Seasoning wise, you you can do whatever you want. This is for the 10 pounds roughly of tomatoes that I had, that was the portioning of the seasonings that I put in. I did tweak it, like I said before, with a little bit extra salt. I mean, just minuscule, but other than that, the seasoning, I think it tastes really good. So I cannot wait to hand a few of these out at Christmas time. I think my family members will go crazy for it. And it's coming up to fall. Who doesn't want a fun little cup of tomato soup with their grilled cheese sandwich, right? So I'm just in love with it. So I cannot wait. I'm gonna get these labeled now that it's been about a day or so, and get them in my pantry and over on my little Christmas shelf. So if you like videos like this with super simple recipes, or if you have any ideas, I'd love to hear about them on what to add, hit that like and subscribe, and I will see you next time on Christine's Routines. Take care, and God bless. Hey friends, welcome back. My name is Christine. Oh, I forgot to say kitchen. Kitchen. Oh.